over the last week and a bit, it's been crazy. So many new animes that I've checked out, and we're going to be doing a tier list rating how I feel about it, how much I enjoyed it. This first tier list is going to be a bit weird because a lot of shows started in different times. Some shows like Who Made Me a Princess is literally on episode 4 right now. Where's that anime? Right over here. And there's some animes that hasn't even aired yet, like One Punch Man. So bear with me. All the different episodes will be kind of like, I'll give you like my overall just vibes off of everything that I've seen, and you can tell for yourself, you know, what ones that you might want to check out. My overall sentiment with Fall, by the way, is that this is a really good season. A lot of people have this notion that this is a dead season of anime because they only know of really popular mainstream ones, such as Dandadan, Solo Leveling, Frieren, JJK. If they don't hear these titles, they think that's a dead season. I think that compared to summer, there's definitely a reduction in the top brass anime of big mainstream titles, but it doesn't mean that it's a dead season. I think there's a lot of stuff in the middle of the pack, a lot of 7s, a lot of 8s that is really enjoyable to watch. So I think, again, this is another great season of anime. First, let's give some criteria if you're new here. So I just have a bunch of like stuff like this: peak, great, good, mid, trash. It's an arbitrary, you know, judgment off of, again, my vibes. And first up, let's start plotting some stuff. What's a really garbage anime that we've seen? It just sucks. I mean, we're not even watching this, and I think I've gotten pretty much everything here. Again, Uma Musume, copyright hell, so we can't be doing that. I think that this anime right here, this is really like in this caliber, right? This anime, The Gatherer's Isekai, it's so beyond bland. The dragon is cute. The overall premise is a guy that just gets ported here because Isekai show in the most bland, generic way possible, and he's just gathering. Nothing too crazy happening. He meets basically the equivalent of Veldora, and then there's a cute dragon, but very dead in terms of viewership, and the engagement sucks. Means my audience doesn't want it. I could watch it, but I think that this is definitely a show that's a bit too weak to even care for, and I'd rather open up more slots for community series. So, dropped. I give it the first episode 5 or 6. This is definitely not 7. It's a 6 point something, probably like a high 5. Nothing personal. Now, something that was actually peak. This anime right here, bro. Maybe I'm wilding out, but I don't think production value is the only criteria in which I assess my enjoyment of an anime. This anime first episode was so strong, so fun. What a hook. And I'm not talking about the left hooks that the girl here is throwing, because the premise of this anime is a villainess who literally punches people because she's tired of the bullshit. So fun. The comedy hits, and it's not even those cliche ones where, oh my god, the second prince sucks and the main prince is gonna be her main man's. Nah. Both of them suck. They're just rage baiting her, and she's like, fuck them all. Love the direction of the story. Love the soundtracks and the overall premise. I think this was a very fun watch. I put it in peak. Is there anything in the middle of the pack? Let's just kind of plot the graphs, right? So we got a dropped or a trash, and we got something at the peak. Let's see. I think that Grieving Soul Season 2 came back with a pretty enjoyable episode. Nothing crazy. Apparently it was not a canon episode. It was a chill episode just to kind of highlight the different characters from Season 1 to remind you who these people are, as well as a backstory for Tino, which was really cute, right? It's a very cute, you know, Tino backstory of how she made the Grieving Souls and why she thinks Cry is master no matter what. Master is God, remember? The comedy still hits. The villain designs are so beyond comically bad, right? They know what they're doing. The comedy in this show really hits for me. That's why I think it's such a funny show. Overall, first episode, good. I'm glad that it's back. Let's see. This anime, Chitose, we'll be watching it after the tier list, actually, I think. So this is going to be, again, it'll be part of the tier list next tier list, because again, I'm trying to do a cutoff on Sunday so that every like Monday to Sunday it's like a batch of tier list stuff that we can do. But again, the beginning of the season is really chaotic always, so we haven't seen this just yet, but you'll see my opinion about it next tier list. This anime still hasn't aired yet. It looks really good. I'm worried that this is gonna fail though, because it's a batch dropping, as in like not like a weekly series. We're gonna check out the trailer later on too, just to kind of check out. But I am kind of interested in this. This anime right here. This was low-key mid. Nah, it was funny as fuck. It was funny. So this anime is the reincarnated as the Dark Villainess. Basically a story where it's kind of like Konosuba in the way that it is painfully aware of its tropes and cliches of its genre. And this is like otome stuff, right? Villainous girl gets reincarnated into a dating sim game where you're surrounded by a bunch of conquerable, you know, prince and stuff. Except that she wrote the story. She forgot a lot about it. It's so, again, painfully aware. The pacing is frantic. It's chaotic. It's fun though. It's hilarious. I'm wondering if this is gonna survive, but the reception of the first episode ain't bad at all. I enjoyed it. This is kind of in that 7 territory. It's fun though. I think that you should check it out if you're enjoying, you know, villainous stuff, ultimate game, stuff like that. Gachakura, absolutely peak episode. Fucking crazy. My god. We're in the second core. Well, not just yet. This coming Sunday will be the start of the second core, but yeah, this is getting insane. The plot is developing, you know, of who is the angel guy, who is the mask guy, who killed Recto, the Watchman series, Rudo's secret, right? His curse, what's going on, Amo's backstory, the gruesome way that they depict, you know, child abuse and rape, and showing that childish, innocent, pure art to animate that painfully horrific scene. God, the direction of the episode was insane. The voice acting too, everything about it. It's just so disturbing. But again, I can acknowledge the art behind it. Peak episode. And I feel really bad for Amo. She got her boots stolen. Now she got no fucking shoes, man. I knew we should have taken her. My heart reaches out for her. She's still a crazy ass bitch. What she did was still insane, but you know why she turned insane. Crazy episode, man. Ranma came back, and it was... It's good. It's fun. Nothing crazy. I'm worried for Ranma. I am genuinely worried for Ranma because, man, the audience is just non-existent. They're gone. There was a decent amount of people watching in season 1, but I think that as anything, right? The more it happens, sequel syndrome, right? People forget, people drop, and the engagement is dead. There is still a core audience that enjoys it, and I think that if this anime lands on a day where it's not that busy, as in like the 4 slots I remember I talk about, we have 5 edited videos, 1 for the second channel, 4 for the main. If it lands on a day where it's not too chaotic, I'll keep it around. What really was happening? Ranma just catfish stuff. It felt like just getting back into, you know, the overall just gear of things. Explaining, you know, Ranma's mechanics, meeting new characters. I wanted to go back to the shampoo plot, but good episode. It's alright. This anime was probably mid. Past the Monster Meet My Lady. No hate towards the anime. I think it is a fine anime. I love the honest communication between the two pairing, and basically a confession has already happened. And now they're gonna eat monster meat while everyone hates on them. But the engagement is pretty low, and it falls on a day that's... I would rather open up a community slot rather than watch this. My overall impression is somewhere in the 6 to the 7s maybe. It's alright, but dropped. Another monster title is this. So, I think that this anime probably should be here. Thank you, old Abyss Millard, for the gifted sub. Appreciate it. But this is Summer Hikaru all over again. Not in terms of the gay element, but in terms of, like, is it pretentious? I don't think so. I think it's okay. I am interested in the plot of how the sea creature is basically marinating the main character. It seems like the more depressed you are, the tastier you are, right? The overall direction of the first episode was haunting. It's very sad, tragic all around. And I think it's going to be just more sad as we go on. I think that the girl on the left, this like red hair girl is going to be even more tragic and depressing. Like a Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club is the comparison I made. Overall, I see potential. Can they actually execute, you know, the tragic stuff? Am I gonna care about that stuff? It's alright. It's alright. One Punch Man is not airing yet, but it's coming up this weekend. I'm worried. I'm really fucking worried. We don't have any more new trailers to come, I think, right? We only have a couple days left, right? If we look at, you know, the actual day, One Punch Man, where is it? So today, right now, is Friday, right? Friday is Mugen Gacha, Sanda. Saturday is Banished Court Magician. And Tojima. This is a really fun one. And Rama. And my little sister has it in for me. Oh, fuck. That's kind of bad. Kind of bad because I just talked about how Rama, again, right? If it lands on a day where there's a lot of different slots, then it's tricky. It's tricky. Sunday anime right here. Reincarnator, One Punch Man are the Sunday animes, it looks like. And it's coming. It's coming. I'm worried. I'm worried because there's a lot of JC Staff animes that's actually been really fun so far, but we'll see, man. We'll see, man. Campfire Cooking in Another World came back. And it was mid, right? It was mid. Nothing crazy happening. We meet a new dragon. No, I think that we need to be a bit more harsh with the ratings. I think that, like, nothing... If everything is just good, nah, let's be a little bit more fucking, like, specific with it. I'm gonna drop these down here. I did actually laugh a lot watching this. Rama was okay. Rama was okay, but nothing crazy. Campfire Cooking in Another World. Alright, came back. Nothing crazy happening, right? Mid doesn't mean bad. Mid can be very enjoyable. We got a new dragon. We made some gyoza. And we got some leads to go to a different city. Nothing insane happening. I think that we're all waiting for the new gods to pull up, as well as the blonde elf guy. Gonna be, you know, crazy, but let it cook. Literally let it cook. Tojima. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe these animes should be down here. You know what? Let's I'm going to promote these animes to peak later on, but Tojima genuinely was fucking so fun, bro. It was genuinely so fun. That first episode, I'm glad that I actually checked it out. What an amazing first episode, right? Like, the basis of a 40-year-old man who's done nothing but grind and stay loyal to becoming a hero, but he's painfully aware of how cringe it is. And he even, like, is doubting himself. Until the festival where finally a villain shows up, right? Basically, the shocker guy. There's another person who also watched this show growing up, Kamen Rider, right? And what happened? He's like, I want to be the villain. I want to literally be the villain. So now we have two grown-ass men who are acting as the hero and the villain of their children's cartoon they watch, and we're gonna get some funny-ass shit. The overall production value was great. Very bold, artistic designs. Soundtrack was really popping off. The sound effects popping off. Great. Genuinely great, bro. So fun. Classless Hero. So fun. So fucking fun. I love it. I wanna make it, you know, I feel like in terms of enjoyment, right, it's peak, but I still have to acknowledge how, you know, mediocre, lackluster it looks. But hey, Tibate Studio, right? Tibate Season 2 announced too, by the way. You got a new trailer to check out. It was a very fun episode of the main character soloing, you know, the frauds. The best part was when Masamune pulled up. It's some dude from Japan, land from the Far East, turned out to be a fraud. I was scared though. He had a lot of aura with the samurai stuff. Thank you, Adam, for the 3 months. I appreciate you, man. Fun episode. Very simple anime, but I love how she, you know, the blonde girl is such a gold digger and she's so straight about it. The red girl is, you know, super into, you know, RL, the main character, and RL just so based. Just gets shit done, doesn't complain. And it was a freaky episode with some little bit of BDSM stuff, but also very hype episode of him soloing all the fucking fraudulent A-rank swordsmen. Next up, Dusk Before the End. Again, I'm not gonna put anything in peak just yet. I want to like promote it to peak after the end. Bro, this anime I think is really, really like PA Works. What they showed us in episode 0, it was nothing too crazy. Because episode 0, the prologue, was the events leading up to the disaster. I still had a lot of fun watching it. A lot of themes about AI, whether or not we should progress this technology. What about mankind? Whatever, right? But those kind of science fiction elements, I'm really into it. Episode 1 then showed us something even more, right? Of like, oh shit, now it's like post-apocalyptic events. I still think that meteor showers hit the land. And basically the meteor showers just wiped out mankind, but there was still like the AI technology, and a group of people, right, got a hold of that, and they're now hiding the information, and they are basically, you know, the world government. The overall animation, you know, that was shown at the end of the episode, god fucking damn, the Sakuga was crazy. I love the sci-fi elements and the, you know, this theme of AI as well as living in a post-apocalyptic world, the mysteries and the conspiracies, as well as the crazy animation, the cracked animation. My god. I'm probably going to promote it here later on, but maybe not. But this is high quality. High quality anime. I think it's getting robbed. It's not popping off compared to some of the other shows. Maybe the story elements just doesn't click. Maybe people didn't watch episode 0 and went into episode 1 confused. But even if you're confused, I feel like episode 1, it was so fascinating that like it should get more, but it's not. It is what it is. Underrated anime. Speaking of another underrated anime, is Sanda. Where's Sanda? I'll put it here too. Sanda, I think, is probably the best looking anime this season. I know that at a certain point, production value becomes subjective because you can't really differentiate like a 9.5 and a 9.4, and at that point, it's just like how much you care about different art styles. But I do think that this is a step above all different animes coming up this current season. Like, what could compete with that? Like, surely production value for animation department. I don't know. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe this. Like, who made me a princess? Maybe. But Sanda, Science Saru. It's so fucking cracked. The way that they had these, like, the impact frames is usually black and white. Sanda had a different color palette, entirely different. That's what they did in Dandadan too with Evil Eye. That's what I really loved. Like, impact frames are usually just black and white contrast. But Science Saru, I noticed, they love adding different color palettes into the impact frames. I'm talking about the scene where Santa's popping off. I'm also talking about the scene where, you know, Evil Eye's popping off. Anyways, besides the unique art style and the fluid animation, the story is mysterious, conspiracy. Santa and the knowledge of like Christmas is like banned. What's going on? And you got this main character who basically turns into All Might, but it's Santa instead. And we also have a yandere friend who might be the reincarnation of the Grinch based on her appearance, right? She's a crazy ass freak, but I can't really get attached to any of the characters just yet. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like, why can't I get attached to the characters? Because they just suck? I mean, the girl sucks for sure. And I think she's supposed to be ass, right? She's not supposed to be like a good person. She's trying to, you know, do whatever it takes to, you know, save her lover. But like, characters are very unappealing. The mystery plot is, I'm kind of immersed at that. Santa showing up and doing his thing is shocky and wacky, but I feel no connection just yet. But I can acknowledge the potential that lies in this. And I want to keep watching. I think that this show also is low-key underrated in terms of the viewership compared to some of the other shows. But I think it's also, again, due to a lack of marketing and the fact that people are not able to connect with these characters, like what I said. Not saying that my opinions are, you know, the objective fact for a lot of the other viewers too, but I've heard a lot of different, you know, comments and feedback from people who watch this saying, I see the beauty in this anime, yet I can't get connected just yet. Let's let it cook. We need to give it more episodes for the plot to develop, but the first episode, I think, was kind of like a lackluster hook, even though it was low-key popping off. Dad is a hero, mom is a spirit, and I'm a reincarnator. Fun? Mid. I think that bulk of the episode was just exposition about the history of the world, which I appreciate because they're laying down the structure for us to understand. The really fun part was when the pig mom showed up, right? Oh my god. The foot stomps, boom, 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 boom. That shit was fun. That shit was really fun. It's also, I'm kind of like, I actually care about the story. Like, I want to see what's going on. JC Staff, you know, has released another anime, and this anime is, it's all right. I think that, I don't know. Like, if I wasn't making content, would I watch this? Probably not. But I still enjoyed it. It's a very enjoyable mid anime so far. Production value, again, this is probably the worst JC Staff anime this season. JC Staff has made Mugen Gacha, right? This one over here, and this, and One Punch Man. I just wonder, where will One Punch Man land? One Punch Man has to be better than this. But will One Punch Man be better than Mugen Gacha? I'm worried, bro. I don't think they can keep up with the Danmachi team. We'll see, though. Talking about Mugen Gacha, great. So fucking fun. So fun, bro. This anime is right up my alley. You got gambling gacha elements. You got, you know, like this dungeon fantasy, isekai-esque story, you know, banishing the party, that kind of stuff. I love it. This is right up my alley. And it was so fun. The DEI party pulling up, like, are you serious? And the fact that this main character just fucking taps gacha pulls until he summons like an SSR waifu. They explained to us some of the mysteries in the show about how the kids, you know, powers are too scary. People are scared of the potential that he has, right? Maestro. Now I see, because Bro can just summon crazy ass, you know, killer waifu maids, and I'm sure he's gonna summon even more. And I want to see how far he goes with the revenge plot. How far will he actually go with the revenge plot? Is he actually gonna turn into Hajime from Arifureta? Right? Because the way that he was talking, I was like, whoa, kid, like, goddamn, you're turning super edgy already. We'll see about that, man. We'll see about that. But overall, first episode, loved it. Also, the director of this anime fucking cracked. Why is he working on this instead of One Punch Man, bro? This random ass fucking generic slob shit ended up getting delivered by a high quality team, and it's so fun. I appreciate it, but I question the resource management at that fucking studio, man. But hey, at least we got this going on. Next up, another banished anime is this Banished Court Magician. I think this is good. Nothing too crazy, but I am again impressed. I'm genuinely impressed at the production value of this. It's low-key cracked. They showed us 3 separate Sakuga movements out of nowhere. I was like, what? So it's a type of story that we're very familiar with. Banished from the party. Now he's gonna go and pick up his own, you know, teams, and he's gonna do his thing, and I'm sure the old party's gonna maul and cry. It's so like annoying how stupid that prince was. It's always so funny how the person that gets banished from the party is literally like the backbones of the party. Carrying the party, enabling the party through support utility buffs, because without them, you can't do shit. And they're like, oh, you're not doing anything. It's just like, motherfucker, I can't with the stupidity. Also fun that the main character, he doesn't even specialize in support and utility. Bro is literally all in on offensive magic, right? So we'll see the new party. We haven't seen the other 2 just yet. They seem to beef a lot. We'll see the interaction with them. The red girl, she's fun. She's cute. The other red girl, though, the toxic ass bitch from the the party that banished us. Interested to see like what they're gonna do, because you know the big payoff in these kind of shows is getting the revenge, seeing the party that banished us get into trouble and suffer and ask for help and beg, and we get to basically get revenge off of their incompetency. Good anime. I liked it a lot. Wild Last Boss appeared. 2 episodes in, definitely great. Probably here. So this anime in the first episode really was interesting in the setup, right? A video game world where you write your own lore and story and other people participate, but now we are in the game. the overall production value in episode 1 was beautiful, right? I think there was like a solo leveling animator in, you know, in this team, and goddamn, the orcs' heads popping off was so just boom, boom, boom. It just feels good, man. I feel the aura. Episode 2 was more of setup, right? And foreshadowing. Dina is very sus. I think she is a player. But I see nothing too special about this anime so far. You know what I mean? Basically, this anime I think is overrated right now because of the source material readers that's hyping this up. I think they also would acknowledge that it's low-key generic right now, right? Because nothing crazy is happening. And I'm waiting for something insane to happen. Another anime where I see the potential, it's fun to watch, but I don't understand the hype surrounding it just yet. But we'll see. Couple more episodes. We'll see, man. Another top bracket. These are, okay, at this point, it's just all top brass animes. Who made me a princess? Shit, why am I enjoying this anime so much? Am I enjoying this the most? Am I enjoying this anime the most? 4 episodes so far. 4 episodes so far? What the fuck? Yo, I was gonna skip this. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll ask my community. You want this shit? Let's do a trailer reaction. All right. And people are like, yes, we want it. And I gave you it. And I'm like, wow, this Chinese studio's killing it, man. It's, in terms of production value again, Sanda Science Sour probably is the best in the animation department, but I think this is killing it, right? It looks so good. It's so fluid. The Chinese, 3D tech, the ability to give dynamic, background props and assets, it's great. Loved it. And beyond that, the story, it's a tragic comedy. And I'm just here wanting to get affection from Papa. Athie is so adorable. But it's also so sad. And I think that direction is killing it. I am locked in every reaction, laughing, tears of laughter, but also sadness because Papa, oh no, I'm just surprised at how much I'm enjoying this, man. Genuinely, it's so fucking fun. My favorite isekai this season? I'm sure you can tell by the reaction that, like, I heavily fuck with this story, right? Because I told you, I'm an isekai connoisseur. But on top of that, bro, this is like the perfect isekai setup for me. The Arifureta setup. I prefer the Kumo desu ka setup though. As in, it's gotta be a class, getting isekai'd, but then having different bodies. So that there's a mystery of who is who, right? That Among Us, that extra like mystery element I think would be even more interesting, but still, first episode, so fucking good. In the intro scene, you see how much Sunrise is just flexing, their ability to animate, right? The duel between the main character and the random bandit thief, that was hype, bro. Genuinely. Rest of it was, common isekai elements that we're very cozy and familiar with. Right up my alley. Love the, what's it called? The appraisal of different people's skills and classes to see like what other people's, what their powers are, to see the existing social dynamic. What's the friend groups? Who's the popular guys? Who's the popular girls? Who's the school shooter? Who's the loser? Stuff like that. I love that shit, bro. And I'm just so glad that this anime is getting animated by an elite studio that's clearly showing love and passion to it. The main character just, I think we're getting duped by, Mr. Blondie here, right? Because bro's like, hey, you want to do a quick little revolution? A little coup d'etat? What do you think about that? There's a lot of, conspiracy and mysteries happening right now with, like, obviously them hiding information from us. So we'll see exactly what happens in the future episodes. But first episode, just overall premise, fucking loved it. This one? I'll put it in good for now and think about promoting it. This is fun. It's fun. It's kind of triggering, right? I am literally getting flashbacks of the girl I, hate the most. I'm marrying. It gives me that kind of vibes, but it also gives me boy-girl friendship, right? Like it's that kind of alley. And the fucking voice actor for Himari, god damn it, we're getting the whole Buha all back again. Fuck me, bro. The plot is the main character that is a background character, but for whatever reason, his best friend's sister wants to fuck him. And he is all min-max in life, and he's just grinding, and his uncle that works at like a fucking video game studio, you know, is offering up his daughter as like a fake, you know, girlfriend relationship because the uncle is a lecherous creep who doesn't want, you know, his daughter's virginity stolen because it's gonna be by him instead. I know that the show didn't say that, but that's the vibes I'm getting off of the fucking creepy. I wasn't creepy though. I mean, he rizzed a lady, right? He's like, oh, you have such slender fingers. I was like, what the fuck kind of compliment is that? It worked. The server was happy, right? So whatever. Fun episode. Fun episode. I think we're getting into a lot of bullshit, you know, in this end. That's my overall ratings for the animes that we've seen. We're not done yet though. Let me change this. I'm gonna promote some shows and demote some shows, and we'll see what actually lands in peak, okay? There is Gnosia that we haven't checked out just yet. I think this is Gnosia, right? So that's not aired just yet. Again, Uma Musume copyright hell. This anime, unfortunately, is also copyright hell due to King Records. Unfortunate. I see some people talking about it, but unfortunate, man. Anything else? I think that's it. I know that Spy Family is a show that a lot of people are asking for, but we didn't even finish season 1 and the viewership is just fucking dead, so I never really checked it out. There's this anime right here though, right? So, boom. Where is this? There's that anime, and there's also this anime. And what else is there? Oh, we haven't seen just Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck just yet. We're gonna check this one out. What else is there? Let's see. I think that's it, right? So these animes I'm bringing up because let's see, right? So I thought about watching these animes, but there's just no time right now, and I don't think it's really highly anticipated project. I'm sure that nothing would negatively impact the channel if we reacted to this, but it's the fact that we don't have slots, and I'd rather focus on community series instead. That's why I'm not watching these animes, okay? Now, let's recalibrate. So, for me, I'm gonna change the way that I do my tier list stuff. I think it's better if I set the ceiling, the threshold to great, and by the, like in the beginning, and then by the end, I promote whatever goes to peak off of like my personal bias of what I enjoy the most, right? Again, it's a subjective tier list, but I think that I want to kind of let anything here. I think could be peak is what I'm trying to say. And at this point, and I was thinking about, you know, rating score also of like 9 point something, whatever, right? You know how I try to have a harsh standard in what I rate my animes, and there's a lot of like 8 point something animes that I think could be easily into the 9s, and vice versa. And I think that a 9 point something is going to be an anime where it's all about like your personal bias of like, okay, you've acknowledged the production value, you've acknowledged, you know, the story and the direction and blah, blah, blah. But beyond that, that special little like bias of how much you love a certain story, I think that should be the difference of what goes into peak or what goes into 9, okay? So for me, what goes into peak, Gachikura for sure. Fucking crazy episode. I personally enjoyed this anime so much because, again, I'm an isekai junk food connoisseur. Love the setup of this. Who Made Me a Princess? Genuinely shocked at how much I'm enjoying this show. I thought it was gonna be a show for the girls and it's gonna be all cooties and stuff. Looks like I like cooties, man. So fun. Loved it. This anime too, very fucking fun. Oh man, Punch. I enjoyed it so much. I want to put Wild Last Boss up here, but I just don't see something special about this just yet. And I think that we'll leave it like this. Yeah. Now, these are my 4 picks off of just my... I feel like Mugen Gacha low-key could be up here too. I did have a lot of fun watching it. It was the gacha elements. Should I just sneak that in there? Mugen Gacha? I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it. It was really fun talking about the DEI guild and like the gacha stuff. Fuck it, I'll put it up here. I'll just put it up here because I love gacha games. And remember, Wild Last Boss, I just don't feel like has shown us exactly what it's all about just yet. Tojima. Bro, this shit, nah, I'm putting this shit up here too. The Kamen Rider, bro, that shit was so fucking fun. Now, is there anything that should be demoted? No, I think these are pretty accurate ratings. I think that these are actually good animes. I think these are great animes, and if you have personal bias towards, you know, the story or whatever thing, then you should easily put it into peak. But these are my top picks for fall 2025. And there it is. We'll be checking again these other animes as it comes out, and look forward to the next tier list where I'll give you my biased opinion about these animes. That's it for me. Bye bye.